So we collected a highlight from every school in the district. So there are 29 schools. So this is pretty spectacular. So I show this slide of the order that it's going in because for some of them, the SPC rep will be speaking about the slide. And then for the others, Rachel and I will be trading off who speaks. So if you're a rep that's speaking, maybe just take a look and then you can keep an eye out and know when you're up next, and feel free to just jump in when you see your slide. And then I also want to preface this. So with the instructions that we sent were that we are asking each school to speak for 1 to 2 minutes and provide a slide or picture about a positive thing from their school community. So some followed those directions more explicitly and others provided much more content. So I did not eliminate anything, but I had to condense some, and everything was capped at 2 slides per school, but some just have 1 slide if they, you know, took the instructions to heart. So just throwing that out there, but we have a wide variety of things tonight. So we will go ahead and get going. And first up we have Navajo.
Hi, I'm going to speak for Navajo. My name is Katarina Pavesi. I'm just going to start with the pictures that are up right now. On the picture on the left is our new logo. It was created by a Navajo parent. And the picture on the right is the Navajo 4th and 5th grade co-ed soccer team that took the championship trophy this year. And the next slide is a picture of our innovation labs and then our picture of our new gardens, and we're getting the last picture is a tortoise. We have a tortoise habitat and butterfly garden. And here at Navajo, we're so happy to be back in our newly renovated campus. We have collaboration rooms and innovation labs, and we're working really hard to become nationally STEAM accredited, which will be like one of the only STEAM accredited schools, nationally accredited STEAM schools in the state of Arizona. So that's what we are really looking forward to. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. And thank you for introducing yourself. The reps, yep, please introduce yourselves.
Okay, I won't introduce myself every time, but I'm Rachel. So a few highlights for Desert Mountain. They had some really exciting accomplishments this year. You can see all their academic highlights. They had some national merit semi-finalists, some merit scholars, some merit special scholarship candidates, a presidential scholarship nominees, an Air Force Academy appointment, a national Hispanic scholar. They're doing 861 AP exams this year, and 456 IB assessments were uploaded. There's a couple of sports teams. The girls swimming made their Division II championships. The wrestling team also made their individual competition, and they were the state runner-ups. Volleyball, football, golf, they all made their state playoffs. The arts, they performed the Wolves of Broadway. 7 students made all-state orchestra and choir. 7 state winners again for the Shakespeare competition. And they had over 50 active clubs going on this year through all of this different, how our education style was today and how kids weren't on campus the whole time. So it's great, all the things that they accomplished.
I think we have Lena for Sequoia.
Hi, yep, sorry, I'm multitasking tonight. I'm Lena Moses. I'm one of the SPC reps for Sequoia, along with Lisa Kanarish. And I am one of the people that didn't pay attention to the, the instructions. So sorry about that. At Sequoia, we talked to our amazing vice principal, Nan Wilkinson, and she really wanted to highlight a lot of the fun stuff that the kiddos did with the virtual art masterpiece, just kind of showing that despite COVID, we still tried and everyone tried their best to continue the fun stuff, even though there weren't a lot of people that were able to come in outside of the staff. They did things like art masterpiece monthly that students participated in via Zoom. One of the super fun things was they had the kindergartners had 18 chicks that hatched in their classrooms this year. Just recently, we had 6 new garden beds that were installed, raising the total to 10 beds. And we had a lot of community members and family members and kids come. I believe it was 2 weeks ago, super early in the morning to beat the heat to get those beds all ready. And then they also, Sequoia also made a promotion video for the school to share with the community. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Lena. Right, next we have Pima Traditional School. So they have Spin the Wheel. Every day, students earn star cards by demonstrating positive behavior in the classroom, hallways, or cafeteria. When a student earns a star card, the student is entered into a drawing to spin the wheel at lunch. Every Friday, we draw 1 student from each grade level to spin the wheel, where they can win books, posters, small toys, snacks, and Pima merchandise, or lunch with Officer Rhonda. Students that spin the wheel get their names announced during Friday announcements and during their lunch. And then on every Friday, they have the golden tray. 1 student in each lunch block can earn the tray. They earn it by exemplifying positive behavior in the cafeteria. Specifically, we look for students that use their manners, follow the rules in the cafeteria, and clean up after themselves. To bring excitement to this reward, we play our golden tray song and make a special announcement in the cafeteria. Students that earn the golden tray get a small snack and get to keep the tray in their classroom for the entire week. And then there is the HODA Hall of Fame and the Hawks Hall of Excellence. Every other Friday, teachers choose 1 student for the HODA Hall of Fame and 1 student for the Hawks Hall of Excellence. Students that earn the Hall of Fame demonstrate excellent work in improvement in math, and students that are on the Hawks Hall of Excellence demonstrate excellent work in reading. The students get their names announced during Friday announcements and during their lunch break. They receive a gold medal and a small snack, and their names are also displayed on a bulletin board in the hallway. And their principal is Principal Hoda, that's the name. We have Nikki for Pueblo.
Hi, I'm Nikki Torito. I am the SPC rep along with Holly Davidson from Pueblo. I'm also the PTO president at Pueblo. So for those of you that don't know about Pueblo, we are a dual language immersion school. So our kids learn half day in English and half day in Spanish. One of the cool things that we've been proud of this year is that we've been able to maintain that even with our EDL kids. So they have come up with some amazing workarounds with our teachers that we have been able to maintain EDL and in-person learning options for our students. So still getting their Spanish immersion. The other cool thing that we got at Pueblo this year that relates back to what Becky was saying with the Arizona Education Foundation. The Arizona Education Foundation does a A+ certification that we applied for last year before COVID. And then the interviews were during COVID. It's a very extensive interview process. They interview the administration, the teachers, the students, the parents, the community, which that all happened over Zoom, but that we got it. So it's a huge, big deal. So we get that A+ recognition for 2 years. It's different than those letter grades that you get from the Arizona Department of Education. It's a separate award that you have to really come together as a community and apply for. So that was a big accomplishment for this year. Let's see what else we had. Because of being able to keep our our dual language immersion with our EDL and our in-person students. If somebody went out because they were sick during the COVID, we had a seamless way for them to go straight into the computer and work from home and never miss a beat. So that was fun. They were excited that model didn't require any teachers to live stream. They came up with a really cool a way to do it. So we're still doing tours and interest is still high, which we love. And the PTO was still able to do some fundraising and engage our community this year, which was a challenge. We had to get kind of creative. We had a virtual fall festival. We had a at-home Zoom campout. We had a Halloween car parade in a local parking lot. We did our holiday shop. We moved that to online. We still had a fun run that was done at school with no volunteers. The PE teachers totally did it. We just supported them from afar. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And we are super, our principal wanted me to let you all know that we are super excited that we got the grant, and that all SUSD elementary schools are going to have a full-time social worker next year. That's huge. And it really is a game changer. So, and hopefully it will continue beyond that, beyond the tenure of the grant. So that's Pueblo.
Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome.
Next up, Ingleside, Rachel.
A few highlights from Ingleside. They were able to have engaging education for their in-person and their at-home learners. So there's a few pictures of the things that they did. They started a student spotlight where each week they recognized a student from each grade level that was nominated by a teacher for being a rock star. They still held their spirit days. They did a virtual NJAS ceremony. Next slide. They had student ambassadors who gave tours to new students before school started. The teachers even took some time to do Zumba and other fun activities during their lunch. And of course, the PTO spoiled them every chance that they got. So they still had sports going on. And they had Savannah and Luke were their winners of the ASU MLK Junior Essay Contest.
And then we have Tonalea K-8. So this year they are celebrating their college and career AVID rollout for their 6th graders, which they managed to pull off this year, even in the pandemic. And they're looking forward to celebrating the opening of the new College and Career Pathways Center next year on campus. And this is a mock-up of what that will be like. And we have Paige for Echo Canyon.
Hello, good evening. I'm Paige Rogers. I'm the SPC rep for Echo Canyon, along with Valerie Ramos. And a few quick successes for Echo Canyon. We, of course, like all the schools, our principal wanted to make sure she was first and foremost on kind of what successes to add on here. She said, we're proudly serving all of our students in the full day learning mode, including our middle school since January, and we've all been really happy about that. I wanted to showcase our partnership with the Blue Watermelon Project and our Chef in the Garden program. So for those of you who aren't aware, Echo Canyon has a tremendous garden that's dispersed across the property and is used for that hands-on experiential learning with our students, whether it's math, science, history, and learning about the trade triangle and how that's impacted industry. And it all happens in the garden. We have a partnership with some incredible local chefs, and we've actually been able to continue the Chef in the Garden program despite our chef partners not being allowed on campus. So they actually shifted to what they call Chef in the Pantry, and they started a whole YouTube channel of Chef in the Pantry. We started off with, many of you may recognize James Beard award-winning chef Charlene Badman of F&B in Old Town Scottsdale. So she brought us virtually to her restaurant and toured the students through the kitchen and then taught them how to make cacio e pepe. We have a whole series of chefs who did something similar. Students were able to start participating in Chef in the Pantry from home. Once the students were back on campus, we actually started putting this garden box that the classes will rotate being sent home with. I'll use my son's as an example. He's in 2nd grade. He brought home a box that had tomatoes, a fresh loaf of noble bread, and some garlic. And he learned how to make pane con tomate. Again, Chef in the Pantry, Chef Char guided them through the process. And then afterwards, they learned about how to plant the garlic. And we had little planters that were sent home with the kids, and we got to go out in the backyard and plant the garlic. And then the kids are sent assignments home to kind of measure their garlic and report back and write in their science journal about it. And so each of the classes has had a turn to have a garden box sent home and to have an entire science and math curriculum built around what they're doing with that garden box. We enrolled over 600 students in the K-5 EDL program at Echo Canyon for the 2nd semester. That definitely took a lot of heavy lifting from our school administrators and front office support. And we've been working really hard to rebuild the PTO. We actually kind of had a transitional year last year with a lot of our PTO leaders having kids who were older and in 8th grade and then kind of moved on. And so with this COVID crisis, it kind of started with a group of parents kind of getting together last spring to figure out, you know, what's going on and how can we share information and support each other. And this group of people has just really stuck together and strengthened through it and become this new, really vibrant, amazing PTO that's figured out how to kind of rethink fundraising in this era and pushing things to online and still being able to create those community connections. I was really excited about last month's meeting when we talked about being able to bring both successes and challenges forward to our governing board. So I couldn't resist throwing one challenge on here that we can just kind of put on the parking lot for next year, which is enrollment is always a challenge. As a choice only school, we would really like to have a serious conversation about enrollment and marketing and how the district can support that moving forward. And of course, with folks going online, that had, you know, Echo Canyon's enrollment has suffered there. So that's all.
Thank you, Paige. And Amanda for Desert Canyon Elementary.
Hi guys, I'm Amanda Schlosser. I'm one of the SPC reps for Desert Canyon along with Laura Wieshoff. We are really excited because this year our annual fundraiser, The Amazing Race, we more than doubled our fundraising goal, which was fantastic, especially in the middle of a pandemic. No one would have ever thought that. And we also actually utilized a new platform this year, and it allowed us to save a lot more of the money that we raised. So we actually still retained about 95% of the funds that we raised, which is great because I know a lot of the other platforms that other schools use lose about 40 to 50% of that money. We're already utilizing a lot of those funds to create shade structures for the hand washing station outside, as well as the area that parents wait for the kids to come out of school and when we go into school. These slides are also showing our gardening that we have in each one of our coves, as well as our butterfly garden that we created right at the end of or beginning of COVID, right before it started, through the use of all recycled bottle caps that the school collected, and one of our teachers painted that beautiful butterfly mural. And we're also very excited about our Mandarin immersion program. It continues to grow, and we're also at a wait list right now. So we're very excited about that. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Amanda. Oopsies, hold on a second. I did something wrong. We have Rachel up next for Chaparral.
So Chaparral High School also had some really amazing things happen this year. You can see all their honors, AP and honors classes offered. They had a lot of students enrolled in that. They're giving over 1,277 AP tests are going to be taken this May. They had 5 National Merit Scholarships. They had 5 National Hispanic Scholars. They have a 98% graduation rate with 96% of the graduates enrolling in higher education. Let's see, They had some state championships in swimming, football, cheer, soccer. They had 795 total athletes participate in this year. They did 2 major productions. One was their virtual one-act plays, and Peter and the Starcatcher was their first outdoor play. And then they had a bunch of things in the arts. Student art sent to various competitions and museums. Artists were featured in the Arcadia News Magazine, and Rocket Crisis Canine and Emotional Support Program. So they had overwhelming support and preservation demonstrated by their student body and our teaching staff, which enabled us to get through this trying year.
Thank you. And then Mojave Middle School. So at Mojave Middle School, we know how difficult it was for adolescents to end the previous year and start a new one remotely. So we put in place several online clubs for students to connect with one another and an adult on campus. Within the first weeks of school, we were offering anime, creative writing, debate, cheer, and the school musical and other virtual clubs. Today, we continue to have several after-school clubs that are meeting, some in person and some remotely. We've added gardening, a school newspaper, robotics, and floor hockey. As the year progressed, we partnered with School Mint, an educational company, who allowed Mojave to pilot their HERO program. HERO is an electronic tracking system that allowed us to digitize our positive reinforcement system. Now, when our teachers see students practicing respect, accepting responsibility, working together, and being safe, or practicing their pause, they are rewarded with electronic points that they can redeem for classroom privileges and entry into weekly drawings. In addition, we're pleased to announce the newest member of our counseling team, Brody, a therapy dog. Brody works every Tuesday and Thursday. He has the ability to bring students who may have never met together as they rub his belly, and he has the power to get a troubled student to open up and talk when they're having a difficult time finding their words. Next, Katie for Cochise.
Hi everyone, Katie Campanini for Cochise Elementary. So this is a second grade teacher's class, Mrs. Hanlon and her students, and they're involved in a class meeting. This is part of the Sanford Harmony social emotional learning curriculum, which really empowers students to engage in problem-solving conversations. The class discussion revolved around students telling the class he was struggling with a math assignment, and the students able to provide feedback about different options to solve that problem and how to get help with solving the math quandary. Additionally, we are excited that there was a virtual fundraiser that raised over $40,000, and some of the money will be used to expand the outdoor learning spaces on our campuses, which is a huge celebration. So thank you.
Thank you, Katie. And Hopi with Ileana.
Hi, sorry about that. Thank you. I'm Ileana Dahl. I am the SPC representative and also on the PTA. But this year, you know, although it's been a tough year in many ways, we really would love to kind of highlight our staff. And we are so thankful that our Hopi community rallied together and came up with new ways to build community and raise money for school. So a fun community building event we did this year in a safe, socially distanced way was we held a haunted cinema drive-in movie, and we did this in the parking lot of a local church, and kids were encouraged to dress up and come in their Halloween costumes along with their families, and they enjoyed a movie from just the comfort of their own vehicle where they were able to wave to their friends. But like I said, the real stars this year have been our Hopi teachers and the staff. Since the parent volunteers could not be on campus this year, our Hopi teachers and staff have been so instrumental in our success this year. So they helped us by facilitating the fun run with the help of our grade level aides and our principal and vice principal and specials teachers. They have also helped us by making sure every child created a piece of artwork for our upcoming Drive Up Art Walk, which is coming up this Saturday. So the grade level aides led art masterpiece type lessons with each class, and then had each child create the artwork based on the artist. The kids really enjoyed this, and depending on how it goes this coming weekend, we may just make that a yearly tradition. But it wouldn't have been possible without the supportive team at Hopi. And so, yeah, just wanted to share that piece. And then the other photo there's our fun run, which again, because parents couldn't be there, our teachers and our principal kind of led that. So thank you for letting me share.
Thank you. Arcadia, we have Ashley Brown.
Hi, I'm Ashley Brown. I'm the SPC rep for Arcadia High School. The boys golf team was state runner-ups, swim, individual state champs, and the spirit line, they won state champion and Palm took second. Arcadia had 3 students with national merit finalists, 2 students all-state honor band, 2 students all-state honor orchestra, 4 students art seal of proficiency, and 20 students seal of biliteracy. So that's great. We also had several athletes, 12 that signed in the fall for National Signing Day. So they signed national letters of intent, which I have to insert that I'm a proud parent of one of them. I have a senior at Arcadia, Trey Brown, and he had a full scholarship to Duke University. So I'm very proud of that.
Wow.
He's the second one from the top. That one belongs to me for the athletes. And then also Arcadia has created an AP capstone program for 2021-22. They'll offer pre-AP program for math department in this coming up school year. And they successfully implemented the new intervention Saturday catch-up room. And for what I've heard, that has been a very big success. When I see all the emails about it, that's been a great success. And then they're adding teacher mentor position for 2021-22 school year. So been pretty busy over there. Dr. J is amazing, and also the other staff that's there. And I'm excited for all the senior events that are coming up, the prom and all the events leading around graduation, the wonderful parade that I hope everyone comes out to, that we have on the 27th for our seniors that goes through a route through Arcadia. So thank you for letting me present today.
Great, thank you, Ashley. Next up is Scottsdale Online Learning. So Scottsdale Online Learning celebrates 150 teachers who helped make SOL a success starting in the summer. Many of these teachers had little to no online teaching experience, and through some hard work and perseverance, they have transformed themselves into successful virtual instructors. We also acknowledge the hard work of Gary Griggs, the SOL counselor, and Jennifer Ramsden, the registrar, who went from a school of 200 to 3,800 in a matter of weeks. And sorry, a little more. They have been a fantastic rock and a steady base of support for all staff and families throughout this year. Huge kudos to them is due, and the SOL lead teachers who took on so much to support their new colleagues. All right, and now we have Kokopov with either Laura or Bryn.
I'm presenting proudly today for Kokopov Middle School. I don't know if you're able to play that or if you want me to just talk about the slide.
Just talk about it. So the next slide too, I have a lot more snapshots of it.
Thank you. Well, so they have an incredible performing arts program at Kokopov led by Mimi Borders, and she put together an inspirational song and dance, a theatrical presentation dedicating just the appreciation to the frontline workers. All the kids put on this performance with the frontline workers in mind, and a dedication to them and all that they do. So I really felt like that was a ray of sunshine in a lot of darkness throughout some of these tough times.
Thank you. Oh, I'll try to put the thing in the chat. I'll try to put the link in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, that's part of what makes it so special is just hearing the kids getting together and, you know, singing Lean on Me, and just that camaraderie that they all came together and were still able to do it from a safe distance. So, and beyond that, I want to give a shout out. They have a great principal in Nick Noonan. He is just a constant, upbeat, you know, I'm there for you, I'm present, and I'm available to talk to anytime for the students, which means everything. And the counselors have really been tremendous throughout this whole pandemic. So just a quick shout out to them too.
Great.
They're
Thanks,
unsung
Laura.
heroes quite often.
Desert Canyon Middle School wanted to highlight their robotics team for their excellence in competing in this year's Scottsdale FLL qualifier. Congratulations to DC Volts in winning the Outstanding Innovation Project Award from ASU's Fulton School of Engineering.
Andrea for Cheyenne.
Yes, my name is Andrea Augustine. I'm the SPC rep for Cheyenne Traditional School. I just wanted to highlight a couple of things. We have our new tortoise, Shelly, this year, and it has just been an absolute joy to have her on campus. We actually had the habitat installed during 2020, which presented all kinds of challenges, but we were able to accomplish that, which is wonderful. We had a school-wide naming contest where all the kids were able to submit ideas. And as you can see in the picture, Shelly chose her own name by picking a little bit of lettuce there in front. And so we have a Tortoise Tuesday where they share a little video of what she's up to every week. And sometimes we feed her from the 5th grade garden, and she really loves hibiscus. She's completely cleared out her habitat from all the hibiscus plants. So that's just been a wonderful thing for us to enjoy this year. And then the other thing we wanted to highlight was our Cheyenne teachers. They have really risen to the challenge this year, and we just couldn't be more proud of them. This is a picture of the appreciation sign that we put in February. We had a Teacher Appreciation Week, and we're also going to do some more in May for the National Teacher Appreciation Week. But we are just thrilled with how they've weathered this year. We also want to give a special shout out to our nurse, Brittany Summers. We could never have anticipated that what she was going to have to do in her role as nurse. And she has just made it look effortless. So we have much to celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrea.
Hi, I'm Sharman Samuelson, one of the SPC reps at Mountainside Middle School, along with Carrie Nielsen. We actually reached out to our amazing principal, Adam Luke, and he had some highlights that he wanted to share. First off, becoming an official IB MYP authorized school after 3 long years was truly the cherry on top for Mountainside this year. Not only the staff, but the students worked tirelessly to achieve the level of excellence it takes for a school community to become authorized. As an authorized IB MYP World School, our teachers use the IB framework to create learning experience for students that are real world focused and allow students to apply knowledge and develop skills that they will need in middle school and beyond. During a student's time at Mountainside, teachers work to develop not only a student's mind, but also their character through the MYP learner profile and approaches to learning. Students will also participate in comprehensive projects that are integrated across curricular areas of study and involve service learning experiences for all our Cougars. What is best for kids, you ask? IB MYP is. Another more recent highlight is Mountainside's March Madness. Student government put the event on all month and paired teachers and classes to compete in a series of different challenges leading up to the finals, which was cup stacking. Mr. Dongnut's class won the grand prize of ice cream party, and a month-long contest promoted unity and teamwork throughout our campus and a little friendly competition. The event kicked off with all students writing something positive about one another on a shamrock and covering the students' inner walls with their positive words. This was titled, "Lucky to Have You Here." I'm so proud to be part of the Mountainside tradition of excellence, and clearly none of this school year could have happened if it were not for the relentless pursuit of success by the staff. Thank you, Mountainside, and congratulations on making lemonade out of the lemons handed to us from 2020. Adam Luke, principal.
Okay, thank you. Next we have Brian for Anasazi.
Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, all right, hi. So yes, for Anasazi, we had some really exciting recent news. Our PE teacher, Mr. Bragg, who's pictured, was named the National Elementary Physical Ed Teacher of the Year by Shape America. So we actually this morning had a surprise parade to celebrate him. And that's just kind of an example of the way we celebrate each other at Anasazi all the time. It's a really fun community. Ms. Waldron does a great job, our principal, of making sure that there's a lot of positivity and warmth and connection. The other thing that we've been working on that's been exciting, we're in our third year of working on our International Baccalaureate Primary Years Program accreditation. So we're on track, even with COVID, we're still on track, and we should be getting some near future, like official accreditation. Our teachers have been meeting weekly and completing their planners of inquiry for IB. So next year they'll be fully teaching their IB units. So that's also really exciting. And just a huge shout out to all the effort and extra work that our teachers and Ms. Waldron have done to get us to this point. It's really great for our students. It's such a neat way of learning with the inquiry-based learning. Other things going on, we just continue to have a really active PTO. We've modified some of our fundraising and our community events, so they are virtual, but they also had some in-person things like fun run at school. We also continue to do the all-star student recognition for the students. So by the end of the year, every kid has been recognized for a positive quality, like being respectful. So it's just a nice way of reinforcing sort of positive qualities and keeping the climate of the school very positive. And so that's what's going on at Anasazi.
Right, thanks, Brianne.
Sure.
Rachel. Here we go.
Okay, during the 2021 school year at Tavan, we had many things to celebrate. Our day-to-day celebrations came from the relationships between our students, teachers, staff, and parents. Although it was a year like no other, we saw how important the little things in life are. This year, we cherished being together at school with teachers and friends. At Tavan, we celebrated kindness, and it made all the difference. You can see a picture here of their assistant principal, Gabriela Romas, as a Care Bear, and their principal dressed up as a giving tree on Reading Across America Day. So really fun. And a picture of some first graders. Oh, more pictures?
Yeah.
The Phoenix Suns donated masks for the second grade class. And a Be Kind Student of the Month, Andy.
All right, great, thank you. And then Laguna with Laura Paulus.
Hi, I'm Laura Paulus, and I'm one of the SPC reps for Laguna, along with Erin Cole. I reached out to our principal, Mrs. Williams, and she was particularly proud of these 4 things. Actually, if you want to go to the next slide, you could see the pictures because I think they're more fun. One of the things you'll see there is a virtual math night for K2 and 3 and grades 3 through 5. They've done this actually twice, and it's really cool. It's with boxcars and one-eyed jacks. You can see the computer screen over by the Laguna STEAM night, and that's my kindergartner actually learning math with dominoes. So student learns fun math games related to the curriculum and standards. So it's all hands-on learning. And actually a lot of my kids, my 3 kids, a lot of my kids actually know these games because they play them at school regularly. The other thing was virtual STEAM night in conjunction with Maricopa County Air Quality Control. So unfortunately, I didn't have any pictures of this because we were also busy during it, but it was pretty amazing. All the kids got to interact with virtual booths and do a QA with experts in the variety of STEAM fields. The other thing you'll see on the top left is love tags, and students helped spread love and kindness by writing love notes to friends, family, or the community. And they tied them down to the fences and gates. So that was pretty cute over there. And then the other thing was student council. even in a crazy year, they were able to have student council elections. So they had a full board of 4th and 5th graders leading their council. And if you can see that up on the top right, and then Mrs. Bobbitt and Mr. Vogan are in charge of student council, and they actually won challenge coins for doing that. And it meant so much to those 4th and 5th graders, and actually the whole school. So they also had classroom reps from 4th and 5th grade, including a 4th and 5th grade EDL rep, to keep those students connected to Laguna as well.
Great, thank you, Laura.
Thanks.
Okay, Cherokee Elementary. So Cherokee Elementary underwent a complete transformation this year with a complete rebuild of our facility. The project started in December 2019, and the classrooms were completed in August for the children to move in. In January, the remaining 2 buildings were completed, and we were able to utilize them as well. The parking lot and groundwork were the focus for January 2021 to the current time, and the project is slated to be completed at the end of April. The new state-of-art facility with lots of natural light and unique spaces, like this bus inside the library, it looks like. This school finally matches our beautiful neighborhood and will be enjoyed for years to come. The children are excited to see their new school built right before their eyes, and the staff was fortunate enough to be able to give input to the architects during the planning stages of the project.
Copper Ridge, a few highlights for them. One of our 8th grade students was a district finalist in the spelling bee. The 5th grade grew, cultivated, and harvested their garden despite the pandemic. We were able to welcome all students back on campus in early October and had full day classes for our 6th through 8th graders starting in January. We also saw an overall enrollment of 15% from previous year's projections. And we hosted many virtual parent events to keep parents involved this year.
And Coronado High School. So these Coronado High School graduates are the latest recipients of the Coronado Foundation for the Future's Coronado Promise Scholarship. The foundation is working on a plan to expand the program and offer scholarships to all Coronado graduates. And then a 3rd member of Coronado's 1400 Club a 3rd member of Coronado's 1400 Club was initiated, and his name was added to the Coronado Strong Wall of Fame. Members of the 1400 Club must lift a total of 1,400 pounds or more in a combination of the lifts bench press, squat, deadlift, and power clean. And the JAG program is preparing for the state competition. For the past month, the JAG program has been busy preparing. It's a career development conference. Students compete against their peers across the state of Arizona. In addition to the competitions, the students are also competing for scholarships, both nationally and locally. And Coronado has a great chance to place in the competition this year.
On Thursday, April 8th, nearly 70 students attended a virtual college and career night. This event was a joint effort between our AVID site leadership team and our 21st CCLC program, with the goals of helping students to see the link between their path through elementary school to middle school to high school to college and career preparation, as well as to instill the mission of AVID to close the achievement gap by preparing all students for college readiness and success in a global society. Students who registered received a packet in advance of the event and viewed video recordings of interviews for various colleges and universities, including EVIT, East Valley Technical Institution, and career professionals, answering a few questions on each interview and then completing 5 entries on a choice board to be registered for a raffle. Our college and career night was originally scheduled for March of 2020, but was canceled due to school closures at the onset of COVID.
And at Redfield Elementary, they had an awesome Ringo event last Friday. Ringo is Redfield's version of bingo, and it's one of the favorite traditional events each year at the school. This year it was virtual, and they had over 100 families participate. Also in February, they had a virtual Valentine's craft night. And looking ahead, they were excited to be awarded a social worker as part of the Arizona Safe Schools grant, and excited to welcome back pre-kindergarten next year to their campus.
Hi, can you hear me all right? This is Molly Simpson. Okay, I'm a Kiva rep for SPC along with Seema Valentine. And I was one of the ones that didn't get the memo and just threw a bunch of stuff out there. So my slides are a little bit full, but I'll go through it quickly. Kiva had a lot to celebrate this year. They were able to remain open for full day learning in person and virtually with little to no COVID spread. They were able to plan a thoughtfully designed rebuild of Kiva Elementary through Zoom. Our campus was designed and built in 1957 originally, so we are really excited about just the really thoughtful rebuild that's come to fruition and that's going to launch this fall. We were able to successfully fundraise without our traditional fund run. We instead held a readathon that families and friends could pledge based on the kids' reading progress, and it was a big success. So the kids did a great job. We held a month-long reading celebration. In addition to that, where all families of Kiva students were given a book for free, and the same book, and the kids read it as a school, and there were lemonade stands as rewards, and students won prizes based on their reading efforts. It was a really cool reading celebration. The next slide shows the principal and vice principal kicking up a beach-themed third quarter PBIS celebration party. The kids really enjoyed it. They blew up a bunch of beach balls, and they had beach music, and they brought towels to sit on, and they had otter pops. It was really cute, and it was in rewards for all of their tickets that they'd earned for good behavior, you know, following expectations, and just being good citizens on campus. And our vice principal always keeps the kids cracking up with his Rocking Friday announcements. We were able to celebrate our teachers every month. They did an amazing job engaging in-person and remote learners, of which my family was both at some point last year. Our parents and PTO were eager to spoil them with, you know, all kinds of different food brought in to keep them in good feeds there. And lastly, we just wanted to say that the old oak tree knows Kiva learned to bend like a palm. They really did step up, and it's a little bit bittersweet for me. It's my last year there after 10 years and 2 kids spread out, but I still have kids in the pipeline at Mojave and Saguaro, so you know, there's lots to look forward to there, but lots of good things happening at Kiva this year.
Great, thank you, Molly.
You bet.
And last but not least, Saguaro High School.
Okay. In November, Saguaro held a ribbon cutting for their new Innovation Center. The 5,000 square foot facility will house the school's engineering classes alongside career and technology education, students as they design and build sets for school theatrical productions. Visual arts students will have room for large creations, and the space will be able to host school, district, and community events. It is a first of its kind collaborative workspace for district students. With the installation of rolling tables, magnetic idea boards, 3D printers, computers, mobile workbenches, machine equipment, and class furniture, the Innovation Center will be the new home to many programs offered at Saguaro, including the Math and Science Academy, SUSD's STEM high school that is available to all SUSD students through open enrollment, Saguaro's championship robotics team known for its community outreach and mentoring of other SUSD robotics teams, and the Sisters in STEM program to aim its interest young girls in technology related career fields.
All right, awesome. So thank you, everybody, all the reps that submitted things and the principals that submitted things. We'll make that available for everyone to look at. And I just wanted to, I know we went a little over tonight, so I apologize for that, but I just want to mention again the SPC nominations, that those are open and through the end of this week. And it's a great way to meet other people within the district. It's a great way to interact with the district and just learn about what it's all about and to help us make our parent voice more impactful to the district. So that is all. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.